Hello Aquarius, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? Please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading or coaching session with me is in the description box below. All right, Aquarius, let's dive on in. Let's see what we've got going on here. Let's start by looking at your recent past. What has Aquarius been dealing with in the recent past? Recent past for Aquarius, please. Maybe. Emotions are running high. So something had you a little shaken up here. You have a new start is coming. Meditate and contemplate. I feel like something happened. I don't know what happened here, but I feel like something happened. And I feel like you were very all over the place. Maybe didn't know what to think, didn't know what to feel. And we're going to go back and we're going to clarify that. But you know, when we're feeling emotional, it's important not to make decisions from that place. So let's just see, where is Aquarius at now? So I don't know what happened here, but I feel like it was really intense, and I feel like you know what, when I started this reading, yeah, because there's a time for healing, time to give rather than take, what do you need to release, and then you have this energy is gaining momentum again. So it feels like a lot of things built up to this. I don't know what it was. It feels like this, I don't want to say was a long time coming necessarily. It could have been. But I feel like whatever happened, like needed to happen in some way. I don't know exactly what that means yet. We'll definitely see when we dive into tarot. But I feel like now is this time for healing, because you have this what do you need to release card. So maybe releasing certain people, certain experiences from your life. I feel like this was very unexpected. I think that's what it was, like a long time coming, but very unexpected. I don't know exactly how I'm getting both of those. But yeah, now I feel like is this period of healing. Maybe picking up the pieces, rebuilding in some way. What does Aquarius need to know about their immediate future? What in the world are you dealing with here, Aquarius? Surrender to the divine. Surrender to the divine, and then you have adjustments are required. The answers you need are coming. So this is divine redirection. And that's why I said it had to happen. Divine redirection. It's almost as if you're being removed from something, a relationship, a career path, maybe even life in general, a life that like isn't as good as you deserve. And I feel like there's this energy of feeling very lost, like, again, kind of like the shock value. Because when I started this reading, I kind of felt like this rush of like, whew, this is heavy. I even had to redo your intro because the first time I did it, I was like out of breath. And I was like, what is going on? So I feel like this is very much divine redirection here. And I think that, yeah, because you have faith in your dreams too. And the other thing that I noticed is literally every single one of these cards is purple. And purple, you know, I think crown chakra, like divine guidance, divine connection to the divine. I feel like this is a very spiritual experience that you're going through. And Maybe even spiritual awakening, spiritual growth, spiritual transformation of some sort. I don't know, but it is intense. This is... Okay, so let's see if we can get a little bit more into this. Recent past for Aquarius, emotions are running high. Like both blindsided, yet it was a long time coming and it had to happen. All of that is just confusing. Which you might be like, yeah, I'm really confused. All right, past energy for Aquarius. Oh no, we lost the card here. Page of Swords. See, to me, the Page of Swords is like gaining information. Someone saying something to you or you seeing something. And there it is. Okay. What I heard was like dreams shattered. Like it felt like your dreams were shattered. Yeah, that's intense. And I think that whatever you thought you wanted isn't as good as it can get. But that's hard for you to see right now because you're in the middle of this journey here. But this Two of Swords, like this is absolutely divine protection, divine redirection. Yeah, that doesn't make it easy, right? Okay, current energy for Aquarius, a time for healing. So now you're in this like healing energy. Man, Aquarius, you are absolutely, man, I just feel like this has been the theme of this reading, like crushed right now. That's the word, like you're crushed or you were crushed or something. I mean, this is a really emotional time. And I feel like this World in Reverse is this indication that there's been some sort of cycle that you've been stuck in. And maybe it is the cycle of like getting your heart broken or like ending back up in this place. Because this Devil energy right here is kind of feeling like there was this attachment to a certain outcome, a certain person, to things going a certain way. And that whatever the opportunity that attachment provided, meaning like the attachment to this person provided the opportunity for you to have the relationship that you deserve, or the attachment to this path provided the opportunity for you to have the success that you desire, whatever it was. It feels as if the opportunity got ripped from you. And I feel like that's what you're struggling with the most. But I feel like the opportunity still exists for you. The opportunity for you to be loved, happy, abundant, successful. You know, what is meant for us will never pass us. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't hurt. It doesn't mean that you don't have to move through this period and this pain that I feel like you're having to work through here. It just means that there is another side, and I feel like that's what this surrender to the divine is really about, is like the other side might even be better than you think. So what does Aquarius need to know about their future regarding this situation? You know, surrender to the divine. Does Aquarius need to know about their future regarding this situation? You're going to land on your feet. That's what I heard. King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. This is all about stability. So yeah, you're going through a pretty major life transformation right now. You're going to land on your feet. I don't know what exactly that means. This Knight of Pentacles is kind of like, this is a slow process. Transformation is a slow process. But I feel like there is more stability on the other side of this transformation than existed in the possibility in the past. It's like whatever is in front of you is better than what's behind you. But I also don't want to take away from the experience you're having or think that like, oh, just be excited about the future. Like you got to move through this, right? This is a transformation. This might even be kind of like, I don't know, just really a really uncomfortable change. But you're going to, I heard you're going to land on your feet. Which might be hard for you to see right now. Because there might be so much kind of up in the air. And I think that that's making it difficult for you. And that's why I feel like you have surrender. Like surrender to the change, surrender the journey. Okay. Overall theme of this reading. Let's see. What does Aquarius need to know in order to move forward in alignment with their higher self? You're going to land on your feet. And maybe that's just it. Maybe there's so much up in the air now since this happened that it's like, I don't think I'm ever going to be okay. Like, you're going to be okay. I feel like you're going to be better than okay. Overall theme of this reading for Aquarius. You're healing. And healing is not fun, but it's worth it. It pays off. And a big part of healing is the feeling, right? Overall theme, okay. Assurance. Perfect setting. Perfect setting. And assurance. It's almost as if this experience is setting you up for something. Something good. That's what the assurance is about. Like assurance that everything's going to be okay. Like this perfect setting is kind of like looking out at the bigger picture, like everything is working out beautifully. Like what I'm kind of drawn to is like, okay, in this perfect setting card, right? It's a beautiful imagery. But like you're not seeing things from this perspective. You're seeing things from being like lost in the woods down here. And you're like, I don't see how this is beautiful. I don't see how this is good at all. And it's like, actually, everything is really, it's very perfect. And yeah, you have a journey ahead and you're going to get there. But like, you're kind of stuck in this darkness right now. And I think that, and yeah, I guess it's almost like you're in the trenches. That's what it feels like. And that, I'm not laughing at that, saying like, that's the best way I can put it. You know, I think that this is one of those experiences that you're going to look back on and you're going to say, that really sucked. I don't want to do it again, but I'm happy to be where I'm at now. Like I am where I'm at now because of this, and that I'm grateful for. And I think that the more that you can hold on to that, I think the easier it's going to be to navigate this. I don't know. This is tough, Aquarius. And I feel like, I don't know. Maybe, you know, if you are an Aquarius that went through something like this and you're on the other side, you land on your feet, maybe drop a little word of encouragement for some of the Aquariuses who may be going through this right now. Recent past for Aquarius. Let's see. Let's dive deeper into this story. I always kind of talk about, you know, if you follow me, you know that I usually pull these cards ahead of time, but I'm switching things up for this round, and I obviously am not. But I kind of like to look at these readings as like peeling back the layers of an onion. It's like top layer, and then we get a little deeper, and then we peel back more, and then extended is kind of like getting to the core. But let's see here. This is for Aquarius's past energy, which is really just kind of like what you've been dealing with, what kind of led you to where you're at now. I think it's important to understand, kind of where you've been and how that's affecting you. So past energy for Aquarius. Yeah, there's the cycle. Stuck in a cycle. What else does Aquarius need to know about this energy? Oh. Trapped. Not even just stuck, but trapped in a cycle. And in disappointment. So you have the World in reverse, 8 of Swords, 5 of Cups, and the Magician. This is kind of, I don't remember what sign I said this in or what other reading I've said this in, but this kind of feels like the universe just kicking you when you're down. Like, I feel like this is this energy of like disappointment, maybe even after disappointment, like just feeling you can't freaking catch a break. And I think that you've been trapped in that experience for a while. And sometimes we don't realize that we are kind of given an opportunity in life when we go through crappy things. We either heal and evolve, or we repeat. And we end up kind of back in the same place. And I feel like now, I'm speaking to an Aquarius collective who is choosing the healing, who is saying, I'm done with that. Like I've had my heart broken enough times, or I've been disappointed enough time. Like, I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to focus on my healing. And I think that you're going to see that, because this feels like you're evolving, like personally, like you are changing, you are evolving, you are growing, like in ways that you might not even really see yet, because it's a slow process. It's like, when you see your friend gets like a puppy, and you meet that puppy, and then like you go back to see that puppy like 6 weeks later, and you're like, this puppy's huge. And the person that you were like, whose puppy is like, really? They've grown. Because when you're around it all the time, you don't see that growth. You don't see the change. But when you're, when you kind of step back and look at it from a distance, you see, how far things have come. And so what I'm getting at is like change, healing, growth, of evolution. It takes time, and it's a process, right? And it's a commitment to that process that creates better. And I think that Aquarius, you're pretty tired of going through it, right? And I think that you are deserving of so much more than this. But I feel like you, for a long time, maybe have doubted your ability to experience better, because it's almost like you got so used to like disappointment. And when we're disappointed enough times, it's really hard for us to believe that we're ever going to be anything other than disappointed, right? Because you're like, there's no way. Like, here's all this proof and ways that I've been disappointed. Like, I'm not going to get my hopes up. I'm not going to be, hopeful for the future. Like, why would I if things never work out? But I feel like that's what the assurance of this reading is about. It's almost like this is, about choosing evolution, choosing healing, choosing growth, choosing accountability. And the more that you lean into that, and the more that you do experience that growth, that healing, the more things are going to change. Because the only reason old cycles repeat, or, we kind of find ourselves back in the same place, is because we haven't learned what we needed to, or changed a behavior or a pattern in some way to create different and better. And I'm saying all this not to blame you for what you've been through, okay? Sometimes we don't even realize that we are repeating cycles, because 95% of our movements, choices, and decisions stem from our subconscious. Only 5% of the way we interact with our reality is conscious level decision making, meaning that we are made up of patterns. We are made up of patterns that we have learned throughout our life. Patterns such as, I'm undeserving of more, or I'm unlovable, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not capable, or whatever the case is. And those patterns are not your fault, because your trauma and what you've been through is not your fault. However, if we want things to change, if we want the outcome to be different, we have to change what's going on within us. We have to change our patterns and our approach and our belief systems, and none of that is easy, but that's what healing is about. That's what growth is about. And I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself here, but I feel like you're in this energy of kind of changing yourself. which is ultimately going to change the outcome in the end, which is why I feel like you can be certain that you're going to land on your feet, because this is tough. And I think that, this is one of those situations. And I feel like I've said this so much recently in readings. Like, as a collective, I feel like people are really going through it. And I feel like it's been like that. Like, I don't know if it's just been this year or what. It just feels like it's been tough. But what I'm getting at with that is that you're going through things that would probably break a lot of people, right? That would cause a lot of people to give up, to throw in the towel. But you're choosing healing, and you're choosing the path of bettering yourself and moving through it with faith. And not that you're perfect or that you're not making mistakes, because no one expects you to be perfect or to not make mistakes, but that you're doing the best you can. And I think that that's why you can be certain that you're going to land on your feet. But let's see, Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know about their current energy? What does Aquarius need to know about their current energy? Because, yeah, you're being divinely directed in some way. Redirected. Yeah, see, okay. So the Two of Wands in reverse, the Moon. There's a lot of fear here. The Ten of Swords, but then there's the Nine of Pentacles. I knew we were going to see it. Okay. Here you are, Aquarius. We've got the Queen of Swords energy, whether you're male or female. And I feel like you've been on this path for a while that, and I'm going to say this, I feel like this is going to be like just triggering to a lot of people for some reason, but like needed to be heard, I guess, and it's never my intention to be triggering, but it feels like you've been on this path that just doesn't align with your highest good. And when I say that, it means this path that you've been on isn't capable of fulfilling you in the way that you ultimately desire and deserve to experience fulfillment, whether it's love or success. It's almost as if you've been in spaces and places and relationships that are so much less than what it is that you truly deserve. But because you've experienced things not working out, you've taken it as, since things aren't working out, that must mean that I can't have what I want. Especially when things don't work out and we find ourselves settling and we're like, well, I settled and they still didn't work out. So that must mean that that even if I settle, they're not going to work out. So if I don't settle, they're definitely not going to work out. When in reality, the universe will never allow you to settle where you do not deserve to settle. Meaning that if you are meant for more, if you are meant to experience more love, abundance, success, peace in your life, the universe will move you in that direction. Your being will always be moved in that direction. But when that's happening, when divine redirection like that is happening, our ego gets a hold of the situation and it sees things through the lens of survival and fear. And instead of saying, the universe is supporting me to better, it says, oh my gosh, nothing ever works out for me and nothing ever will. That must mean that I'm never going to be happy or loved, or, I'm never going to be where I want to be in life. I feel like that's where you're at right now, Aquarius, is you're feeling as if no matter how hard you try, nothing's going to work out for you because you've experienced things not working out for you so much in the past, especially as of recently. And I feel like what you're needing to do is change the way that you're viewing this from the place of, it's not that it's not working out for me, it's that those situations weren't right for me and I'm deserving of more, which means as I move forward, I need to raise my standards. I need to ask for more and demand more with love in order to receive more. Because when you decide you're deserving of more, the universe will show up to provide it for you. Now, between then and now, there's going to be healing, because you have to understand that or you have to feel everything to understand like why it's happened the way that it did. Because if we don't understand why things haven't worked out, and we don't look back and say, well, I accepted less than what I deserve, or I settled, or I allowed that person to take advantage of me, or whatever the case is, not blaming you or saying that it was your fault, but you can learn, and here's what I'm not going to do again. Here's how I can change my behavior and how I can change my approach, because all I have control over is not what happens to me, but how I respond. So I'm going to change my response to create a different reality. And that is what I feel you are doing right now, is you are changing, this experience is changing you. It's changing maybe what you believe you're deserving of, to what, you like, how you view yourself in a good way. And I think that on the other side of that, like, seriously, I'm going to actually move this one to the top because I keep being drawn to this. It's almost like, when you get to this perspective, it's like you think of like climbing a hike, right? Climbing a mountain. It's like the climb sucks, right? It's tiring, it's exhausting. Sometimes you don't even know if you're going to make it to the top, and you certainly are wondering the entire time if it's even going to be worth it. But then you get to the top and you see how beautiful it is and how you are so lucky to get to experience what's up there, and you go, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'd go on that hike again, but this was worth it. And I think that is what you can expect as you're moving forward through this journey and through this process. So what does Aquarius need to know moving forward about their immediate future? It's like almost as if the universe is saying, actually, everything's working out perfectly for you. You just don't know how yet. And you might look at me and go, no, absolutely it's not. Because I don't think it feels like that at all. I mean, you have the Three of Swords, you have the Ten of Swords, you have the Five of Cups. Like, this is a really tough time for you. But choosing the healing, I always say, like, don't run from it. Don't distract yourself from it. Don't repeat, try your hardest not to jump back into old cycles or, try to cover it up like a Band-Aid. Dive into this pain, dive into this experience, see what it has to teach you. And I think that on the other side, you're going to go, wow, that actually wasn't, first of all, it wasn't as bad as I thought, because we tend to make things a lot worse in our head. And second of all, that was worth it. All right, what does Aquarius need to know moving forward? The Nine of Pentacles, Six of Cups, the Queen of Swords. This is literally saying that what is coming is better than what has gone. Better than the past. What is coming is better than what's in the past. What is possible is better than what's in the past. Look at that, the Sun. The King of Wands. The Magician. The Fool. I think that I feel like I'm speaking to a collective that maybe needs a little something to believe in right now, because of what you're kind of going through. But I think that, this other side, like it seems so, worth it. Now, I think it might be hard for you to understand how things can be better than you thought they were going to be. One of my favorite quotes has become, just because it could have been different doesn't mean it would have been better. And sometimes we don't realize that we have to experience what doesn't work out or what won't work out, so that we can realize that we are deserving of more or capable of more, or whatever the case is, because that's what growth is about. And we are here on this earth school to grow, to heal, to evolve, to become more, right? And so if you've been stuck in a cycle for a while and you're like, everything just seems to end up the same, I always end up back here. We evolve or we repeat. We heal or we repeat. We learn, we grow, or we repeat. And sometimes we learn and we grow and we repeat because we had a little bit more we needed to learn and a little bit more more ways that we needed to grow. And life is hard. And that can get really, really difficult to deal with. But the more that we can hold on to believing that there is a purpose for our pain, which is what I feel like this is about. Like, there is a purpose for what you're going through. I feel like there is a purpose for your pain. And I feel like as you move forward, if you are willing to take on that perspective and to face the healing and face all that comes with that, I think you're going to see that in the end. I really, really do. Especially with all the goodness that exists here in this future energy. But we are going to hop on over to the extended. I'm going to dive deeper into these messages, and we're going to focus on what you can do right now to move forward in alignment with your higher self. Thank you so much, Aquarius, as always, for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing and all of the wonderful things that you deserve and desire on your journey moving forward. Bye, Aquarius.